Hello, people. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work, health, and strength is good or excellent. What? What's up, gamers? You know, I saw this article. Let's see if I can pull this up here. I saw this article from Nintendo. They were just running their mouth. Listen, listen to this. See if I can get it here. See if I can pull this up. Nintendo says, what they say, Nintendo believe the Nintendo Switch hardware lacks nothing. They got their chest all up like this because of sales numbers. But I'm going to say this again. Building the Switch was a complete waste of time. You know, when I was talking about the Wii U, right, I said, you know, I take the PS4, right, split the specs in half, put half in the Wii U tablet. Oh, this is Batman, this is the Blackgate series, this is a map, right? But anyway, take the specs of the PS4, split the specs in half, put half of the PS4 specs here, and the other half in the console, put some more storage space on the CD, and fix the signal strength, and then use the Wii U, right? So, Nintendo. So during the Microsoft Activision court hearing, news got out that the new Nintendo Switch, or the Switch 2, is going to be using PlayStation 4 specs. Guess where they got it from? Me. When I came out with when I was talking about the Wii U earlier when I was doing YouTube, I told everybody Nintendo should have take the PlayStation 4 specs, split the specs in half, put half of the specs in the Wii U's tablet, half in the console, and just keep using the Wii U. But now they want to go back, but now they want to use the PlayStation 4 specs on the Switch. The PlayStation 4 ain't even more powerful than the Xbox One X. But anyway, look, this is why the Wii U is so better. I'm playing the Blackgate series right now on the Wii U. Let's see if I can do it right here. Okay, all right, I got it. So that's the map of the game, right? That's the map. But if I don't like this view of the map of the game that I'm playing, then I can switch it to the TV for the bigger view. That's what makes the Wii U so awesome, because the Wii U give you options to play. The option to use the Wii U Pro controller, or the option just to use a tablet. I already made a video about 10 ways the Wii U gave you to play. So I already made the video already. But the Wii U is still better than the Switch. See, I give Tears of the Kingdom a 5 out of 10 just because of this. I gave Tears of the Kingdom a 5 out of 10 because they don't have this feature. But the Wii U does. You know, last night I was sitting there looking up Xenoblade Chronicle X, and Xenoblade Chronicle X is bigger than Fallout 4, Skyrim, and The Witcher 3 combined, right? And Xenoblade Chronicle X is bigger than Breath of the Wild. But then I was looking at Batman Arkham Knight, right? The Witcher 3 is bigger than Batman Arkham Knight. Skyrim is bigger than Batman Arkham Knight. Fallout is even bigger than Batman Arkham Knight. But Xenoblade Chronicle X is bigger than Fallout 4, Skyrim, and The Witcher 3. Even Breath of the Wild is bigger than Batman Arkham Knight. So I was doing the research, and I'm like, wait a minute. I said, okay, where's the Wii U version of Batman Arkham Knight? Batman Arkham Knight is supposed to be on the Wii U, to where you can use the Wii U Pro controller and the tablet. Okay, so if that's the case, if Skyrim is bigger than Batman Arkham Knight, and The Witcher 3 is bigger, that means Batman Arkham Knight can run on the Wii U. So people should be asking Nintendo, where's Batman Arkham Knight for the Wii U? And where's Batman Arkham Asylum? You know, on the Xbox 360, when it comes to Batman Arkham Origins, It's on two CDs. That's 15 gigs each. The game is on two CDs, right? 15 gigs each, right? You got the installation disc, and then you have the multiplayer disc, and then you have the single player disc. And the multiplayer of Batman Arkham Origins could have fit on another 25 gig CD for the Wii U. Okay. When it comes to the Wii U, it has nothing to do with sales. It was just a cartridge. It was a cartridge CD versus cartridge issue. And then with the Wii U, you had a handheld and console in one. And this is your handheld. You had a handheld and console in one, and then you had a handheld that was a 3DS. Every developer that made games for the 3DS, they wasted their time. All those games were for the Wii U. They were really for the Wii U. So the Wii U was better than the 3DS. And Nintendo refused to give up the 3DS. Okay? And they put this slogan out there that it was sales, marketing, and commercial failure, why the Wii U failed. But that's not the problem. The problem is the 3DS is cartridge and it's limited. And the games on the 3DS need to be in the Wii U's Virtual Console. The games on the GameCube, they're missing content, missing a lot of content. And the games on the Wii, the same thing. There were games on the 360 that was on the Wii, but they needed the extra update on the Wii U, say like Need for Speed Hot Pursuit 3, Marvel Ultimate Alliance 1 and 2. Okay, games like that. Those games need updates. So, plus all the Madden games that was on the Wii, they all needed updates so they could be fully utilized on the Wii U. So, the Wii U is better than the Switch till this very day. Okay, still better. So Nintendo talking about the Nintendo Switch lacks nothing. That's just pure arrogance. Listen to this. It says here, Nintendo believes Nintendo Switch hardware lacks nothing. The Nintendo Switch is over 6 years old, with various of new games still released on the whole hardware. Many gamers have faced poor frame rates and other performance issues. The hardware packed in the handheld is capable of running many games, but it can often be limited to modern titles. However, Nintendo Switch developer disagree with the perception that it does not have enough performance. He says why it matters. Despite the Nintendo's rich library of games, many claims to be disappointing with the limited hardware. This also means emulation is popular for PC gamers looking to enjoy Nintendo titles at improved visuals and frame rates. Says here, during a recent session, Nintendo shareholder meetings, Nintendo staff answered many questions that fans can read here. One of the questions addressed was hardware specification of the Nintendo Switch. The shareholder asked if the developer were satisfied with the Nintendo's Switch hardware for new games. The developer Takahashi replied, "As game software developer, I would not say it is lacking. However, he admitted that developers are always looking for better hardware. Developers receive much more powerful hardware after the release of the PS5 and Series X. Still, games like Gotham Knights and Redfall struggle to achieve decent performance. Developers want to implement bigger worlds and more mechanics with each new release, so it's unsurprising that they're searching for better hardware." In reply to the question, Koshioda stated that Nintendo used various methods to work around the hardware limitations. Moreover, he noted that Nintendo continues to implement feedbacks to improve audience experience. It should be noted that the Nintendo Switch successor is right around the corner and is expected to deliver a PS4-like performance. This should address the limitations of the current hardware. No, it's not. The Nintendo Switch with PS4 performance is not going to address anything. It's still going to be underperforming, because by the time, like say a GPD number 2 or 1X number 2 or ANEO 2 or Asus ROG or the Steam Deck 2, when they come out, they're gonna outperform the Switch the Switch successor, the Nintendo Switch 2. They're going to outperform it right out the gate. Because Nintendo tries to downplay that CPU power and GPU power and RAM matters. They try to live by this mantra. Oh, we don't need a powerful console to run, powerful hardware to run video games. And every time they do that, they pay a price. And articles like this come up. So they try to build this fake hype behind the Switch successor, and then try to try to kill the noise, so to speak. But when the PS4, like, notice it says PS4, the PS4 ain't even on the level of the Xbox One X. They said PS4 like performance. Come on. When it comes out, it's going to be underperforming again. Okay. See, power and specs matters in video games. You need CPU power. You need GPU power. You need RAM to run video games. And Nintendo's always try to downplay it. And when that problem comes up, they pay a price. They're quick to throw sales numbers in your face, but then they always got an excuse of why their hardware is always underperforming. When it comes to the Wii U now, back to the Wii U, it has nothing to do with sales. Sales, that wasn't never the issue. The problem is that you had a handheld that was cartridge and it was limited, and Nintendo was being stubborn and didn't want to give it up. But then you had a handheld and console in one, and the good thing about the Wii U, you can build this as powerful as the Asus ROG or the Neo or the Steam Deck. You know, you put the entire Asus ROG specs here in the handheld and the console. And that's what they needed to do. But they created this fake argument saying, oh, it was sales, marketing, commercial failure, to throw people off. And then when they got the Switch, people thought the Switch was all that. But then Valve killed it when they said, without even taking a shot at anybody, we couldn't find a game the Steam Deck couldn't run. It was over after that. And then the other competitors, they came out flexing their muscles with their more powerful handhelds than the Switch. So, like the One X, the GPD, and the Neo. And then later on down the road, about a year or so, here comes Asus. So the competitors are outperforming Nintendo on all front, but Nintendo live in this delusional denial bubble. Oh, we don't need a powerful console to run video games. And every time they do that, they pay a price. Batman Arkham Knight is going to struggle. It's going to struggle to run on the Switch. It's going to struggle compared to running it on the PS4 or running it on the like the Xbox One X. It runs way better on the Xbox One X. I would say the Xbox One X, the Series S, and the PS5 and the Xbox Series X. Those are the consoles you play Batman Arkham Knight on. Those consoles, they run them pretty good. So the Switch is going to struggle running Batman Arkham Knight. It's going to struggle. It's going to really struggle, you know. But it goes back to what I said about the Wii U. They should have kept using this because the Wii U gave you options to play. Because once you fix the signal strength between the tablet and the console, you can cut the console off and you can do your gaming on the go. But then with the Wii U and the way it's built, you got streaming and remote play covered. You don't have streaming and remote play with the Switch. So the Wii U right now is still better than the Switch till this day. So Nintendo talking about the Switch, the Nintendo Switch, Nintendo Switch hardware is not lacking. That's a lie. People that's been playing video games for years knows the Switch is not even nowhere near the level of the Steam Deck right now. They even know it. It's not even nowhere near the Asus ROG. No way near like the A&E or the One X or the GPD. Those handhelds are more powerful than the Switch. Okay, the Switch is struggling to run games because everybody else is using 16 gigs of RAM. You know, using 16 gigs of RAM in their handhelds. The Nintendo Switch is only using 4. So Batman Arkham Knight is going to struggle to run on the Switch. It's going to struggle, you know. They should have kept it on the Wii U. They should have kept using the Wii U because they had a handheld and a console, and then there's the controller, and then there's the motion, and then there's the motion controller. Okay, wait a minute, let me get it here. See if I can get it. Here we go. This is the motion controller. They had everything covered. They got the Wii U Pro controller, motion controller, handheld, console, and all they had to do was put some power here, take the specs of the I would say probably the Xbox One X, put it here and put it in another one, put it in the console, and put some more space on that 25 gig CD, and be done. But they went against it, and they paid a price. So they come out talking about the Switch. But as soon as Valve said we couldn't find a game the Steam Deck couldn't run, the Switch ain't even a factor anymore. It's not even a factor. Yeah. So yeah, I mean they're getting outperformed right now, as far as like CPU wise, GPU wise, and RAM wise. You know, because the more RAM, the more, when you got a high end CPU and a high end GPU, you got to have the RAM to support it. Like RAM is like it's like a high performance car with gasoline. The RAM is like gas to your high performance car. You know, like a Ferrari, Aston Martin, Lamborghini. What's another one? Bugatti. All those are a high performance car. They're very high performance, but they need gasoline. So the same rule applies to video games. If you got a high-end handheld, you need some serious gas in the handheld to keep it running. And that's what the ANEO, the GPD, the One X, Asus, and of course the Steam Deck brought to the table. So yeah, those handhelds, man, they run the games better. You know, it's a big difference. If you try to play, let's say Batman Arkham Knight on the Steam Deck, and then go try to play it on the Switch, the performance is gonna drop. You're gonna be like, wait a minute. You're gonna see for yourself. It's not gonna run as smooth. Batman games on the Switch is not gonna run as good as Batman games on the Steam Deck or even Asus ROG. So yeah, power and specs really matters now when it comes to video games. You got to have those three. You know, so this 4 gigs of RAM is like, not cutting it. When they had the Wii U, they should have stayed with it. All they had to do was put some power in it and just keep using it. But no, they try to look for loopholes and shortcuts. And then when they do that, they pay a price performance-wise to run games. You know? The Wii U was better because they had this to deal with, this. They had this, and then there's the console with the virtual console. Their needs were met. So all they got to do now is put some power here, power in the console, and put some more space on that 25 gig CD, and call it a day. And just keep using the Wii U, because they were protected from whatever shortcomings they were about to face. And if they would have did that, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now about the Nintendo Switch hardware. Because the Steam Deck, ANEO, GPD, One X is running circles around the Switch. They're running circles around it. You know, running circles around it. Performance-wise, it's running. They run those handhelds. They run the games really, really well. You know, I mean, think of it. When you got Sony, who took their exclusive games and put them on the Steam Deck, you knew right then and there that handheld was special. Sony took their exclusive and put it on the Steam Deck. That you knew the handheld was special, and then here comes Microsoft. Okay, we're doing the same thing. Yeah, so those handhelds are portable PCs, but they run circles around the Switch. See, Nintendo try to live by the mantra, you know, we don't need a powerful console or powerful console to run video games. But every time they do that, they pay a price. They pay a price. So yeah, the Switch is lacking in a lot of areas. I made a video called 10 Ways to Play on the Wii U, and the Wii U still is doing things better than the Switch. So that dual screen feature, once they went away from that, yeah, their games was going to take a huge take a dip. Yep, because Breath of the Wild is best played on the Wii U than the Switch. Because okay, this is the Blackgate series I'm playing right now, and that's the map, the customization screen. If I don't like it here, I switch it and bring it on the TV for the bigger view. That's why the Wii U is so special, man. So yeah, Nintendo should have stayed with it. You know, they should have never wasted their time in trying to build a Switch, man. It's a waste. So don't get me wrong. They got games, but it's performance wise, man. It's like they're getting beat, man. Especially with the likes of the Asus and the Steam. These boys are pushing 60. They're pushing high-end GPUs and high-end CPUs, and they got the RAM to support it. Oh yeah, those handhelds are no joke, man. But yeah, 4 gigs of RAM in today's time? No. In today's video games? In today's open world, high demanding video games? No. Not good. Not good. Not good, man. Nintendo is gonna have to change their stance on that, because I know Asus is probably working on the ROG Ally. They're probably working on the ROG Ally 2. So it's Valve with the Steam Deck 2. So yeah, these boys came to play, man. So Nintendo talking about using PS4 like hardware to like for the Switch? Nah, come on, you gotta do better than that. The Switch 2 needs the specs of, like, I would say, of the Xbox One S. If the Switch have those type of specs, then I might give it a look. But if it don't, then what's the point? What's the point of you know? What is the point of doing video games? You know, so yeah, power and specs really matters in video games, man. It really do. Really do. You know, because you have to bring out those details in those environments. You know, you have to. And the CPU can't be freezing up or crashing, and you got to have the right amount of RAM to run it. And oh yeah, you know, so yeah, you know, like when they run, like the OS in, like take the Xbox One X, it's probably using like 1 gig of RAM for the OS, or half a gig. But the rest of that RAM is for gaming, you know, plus the apps. So yeah, it does matter, man, when it comes to video games. You know, these video games are so complex and so demanding, man. You got to have the right amount of stuff to run today's games, man. You know, yeah, just saying. So, to me, they should have stayed. To me, they should have stayed with this. They should have stayed with this. The answer was right there. Right in front of their face, man. Put some power in the system, keep on using it. Stop being so stingy. But when they came out with the Switch and they was all happy, and Valve came out and made one statement. We could not find a game the Steam Deck couldn't run. What a statement. Anyway, leave this video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek playing for Dark Side. Go.